In around 2011, Sony came out with a small handheld USB powered camera called the SONY BLOGGIE. It was a very small form factor camera, very transportable, pocket sized, and easy to use. Very, very point and click. The videos and images put out by the SONY BLOGGIE were pretty good for the time. This is again 6 years ago. Pictures up to 5 megapixels and video up to 1080p. I am shooting this video right now on the SONY BLOGGIE. Again, this is a SONY BLOGGIE. Really, I think this is quite a bit ahead of its time. It was a great camera, awesome form factor, very easy to use, very point and click. At 1080p, you have about 40 to 45 minutes of video record time. Pretty slick. Something else that I found as I was going through my drawers of stuff in my house were not only one, but 2 of these flip cameras. How many of you all remember having flip cameras? Pretty easy again to operate. You have just a single button here to turn the camera on. Here's a little boot up, and there's me talking to it. Hello, hello. And you have your setup screens and everything else like that. You have up to about an hour of video on one of these little guys as well. I used to go to a lot of events with my kids for their skating and ballet lessons and everything, and would sometimes take 2 of these cameras and have both of them going simultaneously, and I could record each child individually if they're doing something in a group setting, and I couldn't capture them all with my point and shoot camera I had back then. Each one of these holds about an hour of video at 720p. So again, not too bad. These cameras came out in 2008 or 2009, so they've been around for a lot of years. So these are pretty cool little guys. At some point I upgraded to the flip camera, but this one was called the Flip Slide. And what that means is it's got the large touchscreen in the back, whereas this one had actual physical button and some soft keys back there. This entire camera was a soft key camera. But what the difference is, it had a slide up screen. So you could take this and kind of slide it up like this, and you can control your scrubbing through the video right through there. And again, everything was soft touch key on this. Unfortunately, after charging this up a number of times and trying to get it to start up, I'll plug it in and the lights will come on here showing that it is charging. But when I go to actually turn the unit on, like I am right now, I don't get anything. So I'm not really sure what happened. It's been charged up a number of times for a number of hours, and it should be just fine. Where I charged up these guys for about an hour, and I got about 50-something minutes of time out of them before I had to kill them, or before they died. Anyway, we've kind of gone from a pretty easy, quick setup to having a more complex unit like you saw a minute ago with the full-on camera view. Now you don't have to be a vlogger or a blogger. You don't have to have a full camera setup. I kind of like the larger format camera just because it isn't a very good land camera and a very good video camera. It does have 1080p, like this has 1080p, but I have different frame rates with this camera than I do with this camera. So there's slight differences. The other big difference is the SONY BLOGGIE camera. If you can see on the top here, these 3 buttons, those 3 dots there and those 3 dots there, that's the only microphone. So if you're holding this like this and trying to video somebody talking, or you're videoing yourself, it's very easy to block half of the microphone ports on this unit. Where on this camera I have a microphone on top, which helps to isolate the sound. It really helps to triangulate the sound in a very distinct way. Whereas this is more of an ambient fan type of sound. So when you're holding it this way and your microphones are pointing this way and you're talking at it this way, it can certainly pick up a lot of ambient noise. Anyway, just a quick video to talk briefly. I was going through one of my drawers and came across some of these old Sony, and I think Flip was a Cisco company. Found these old cameras. I actually have a third one of these, but I don't know what I did with it. But I had 5 of these things at one point in time, a lot of cameras for a lot of stuff, and I'm finally finding them, charging them up, and pulling some of the old film off there to store and to upload, so I'm not going to lose it again. So very happy that I was able to do that. Anyway, did you have any favorite cameras that you used when you first started filming yourself for blogging or vlogging? Or any other cameras like this? Did you have a flip camera that you happen to use? If so, let me know with a thumbs up and a comment down below. I will see you later. Thanks and have a great week. Bye.